Circle Back About It, Episode 3, with my special guest, Mike Gibney.
Mike Gibney, also known as Gibbz, Gibbz.
You want to tell him who you are? And
I am a glorious human being, some would call a finger of God. I am a self-managed artist, looping musician and producer and songwriter. And I just had an album come out on October 16th called These Are Love Songs.
Were they about how much you miss me?
They're all about you.
They're all about me.
Yeah.
Nice.
One's called Sweet Bod, one's called Honey Bod, one's called Hot Bod. They're pretty much all about your bod.
They're all about my bod or like the royal bod?
I mean, it's open to interpretation. It's music. It's subjective.
That's why I'm asking. I would like to know if it's about my bod, because if it's about mine, I didn't sign off on that. I've got royalties I'm going to collect.
You'll get a check.
This is my podcast. You're my special guest. If you're tuning in for the very first time, what we like to do, what we try to accomplish, we go back on the last month or so. We just kind of hash it out about little topics here and there. Hot takes.
Ooh.
What have you. Jokes.
Hot takes right out of the oven.
Puns. All that good stuff. What who is that? Who is that guy? But that dude, that character that Martin Short had. You're like, what are you?
Jiminy Glick?
Jiminy Glick, thank you.
Jiminy Glick.
God, that was fun.
Martin Short he's pretty good at things.
He was good.
Steve Martin and Martin Short, I think. They put out like a thing together.
Oh, really?
It was a trash fire. It was garbage. Ugh. I hate Steve Martin as it is.
Was it just about like how much millennials suck?
It's them just telling like stories and being cute. Steve Martin with his stupid banjo. Ugh, take me seriously as a musician. No, you're the guy with the arrow in his head. You dick, you can't change now.
Why do I associate him with a moose?
I have no idea why.
No, that's Chevy Chase.
That's Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase because of Vacation. Because of Wally World. Wally World is closed.
I worked with Steve Martin as an extra.
No, you didn't.
I was an extra on his remake of The Out of Towners with Goldie Hawn.
Was this when you were a kid?
Yes.
I know Michael Gibney. We're buds. I knew that you were once graced the silver screen. But
I was in pictures. They had me in a talkie.
Could you explain not only what a talkie is, but why you were in them?
When I was younger, I did a lot of acting. I was a child actor. Really messes you up in the future, man.
Yeah?
And just like any child actor, I moved to music.
Uh-huh.
But
well, not straight away.
In this case, it's turning out better for me.
I met you as a music businessman.
That's true. That's true. After being a child actor and doing random bits
you went to the other very stable job of tour management.
Instead of being smart and becoming a lawyer or a doctor, I said, "Oh no, I'll go from film into music."
You know what I got to do? I got to get out of this unstable environment and get on the road.
I'm jumping in my safety net. Yeah, stupid. I'm an idiot. But I went and I started touring as a guitar tech, and then as a monitor engineer and a backline tech, and then as a front of house, and then as a tour manager, and then for one band, all of those things for the same pay scale.
Why'd you do that?
'Cause I'm an idiot.
Oh, we covered that part.
I was trying to get my foot in the door. With my foot slowly in the door, it was slamming shut onto my toes and knocking them all off.
You got a very swollen ankle.
Oh, I'm swole. I'm so swole. No, I was a stupid kid. I'm stupid now. I haven't gotten any smarter, but
yeah, you're just older.
Now I make music and I manage myself, and so I can't blame anyone.
You've said that multiple times. Are you like hoping via my show some manager's gonna be okay?
That's my real hope. Is by the way, I manage myself. Open to offers.
But I started this podcast because like I did another one where they asked me. They were like, "Tell the young managers advice," and I was like, "Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Do something else.
Do something else."
Yeah, I'd like to say that since I started managing myself, that everything's like totally under control and way better. But truth be told, I am the epitome of a plateau. Things have not gotten any better.
Things have not gotten any better.
They haven't gotten any worse, but I've certainly not excelled.
You know,
I am still E-list.
You know, I didn't actually want to know when I was like, hey, Mike, how's it going? I didn't.
I'm honest.
I wanted you to just say, great, things are going good. I'm drinking a beer. I'm with my pal.
I'm making great music. I'm doing good stuff.
Uh-huh.
Could it get better? Yeah, of course.
It could always be better.
It could always be better, but I'm happy with where I'm at. I got people that like to listen to my music. I like to make music.
You're sitting here with your pal.
I exist.
You exist, chatting it up. What have you been stoked about in the last month? What's gotten you jazzed? Anything gotten you real stoked? Or you can't remember now that you're in the hot seat.
The seat is very hot. It's warming.
Speaking of seats, thank you to the Mayfair Hotel for providing us this room and these wonderful seats. These are the best seats.
Wow. I got to say, if I was going to sit in any hotel conference room, it would be the Mayfair.
It would be the Mayfair Hotel.
I got to tell you, these seats.
Nice.
But I'll tell you, the Mayfair, and a hell of a bar. Beautiful.
Nice.
All the things to drink.
We'll put like a tag to them up here.
Hey.
Go there. Now that you haven't thought about what you were excited about in the last month, what were you excited about in the last month?
I've been listening to a guy by the name of Allen Iverson.
Who's that?
Young gent, who I think is moving out to L.A.
Tell us about him.
It's Harris Cole.
What are you scratching?
I got spider bites. I got spider bites. There's spiders in my Airbnb, and I got spider bites, and I'm allergic, so I'm a little itchy.
I don't think anyone's not allergic to spiders.
You know what doesn't have spiders?
What?
The Mayfair.
The Mayfair Hotel. They're spiderless.
They're spider-free.
They're spider-free.
Yeah, but Harris Cole, crushing. Absolutely crushing use of samples, the most laid-back, wonderful lo-fi drum sounds. So he has his project Harris Cole, and then he has Allen Iverson, which is a pseudonym, kind of like Walt Whitman.
What Walt Whitman's real name was?
Yeah, I don't know what his real name was. Walt Whitman was a pseudonym. Allen Iverson, super crushing, just released this new sort of like lo-fi house album.
Lo-fi house to study.
Yeah, lo-fi
And
house,
sleep, too.
study, sleep. No, it's so good. It's really different, too.
What would be some contemporaries? Can you describe it?
I mean, I really can't. I mean,
Sell
maybe,
the people. Sell the people on the man.
If you know...
On Allen Iverson.
If you know Kiefer, Mind Design, anything ringing a bell?
Nothing. I got nothing.
These are all like lo-fi hip-hop creators and beat makers. And
Let's dive more into this world. Please educate me on this world because I don't know anything.
So a lot of these dudes will make really good, crisp sounding music, and you know.
Is it sort of like Patsu?
I don't know Patsu.
Oh, Patsu fucks.
Patsu sounds like a appetizer.
Actually, his music is quite. Yeah, his music does.
Appetizing.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's all this music that's like. Dun, 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 dun. It's like a very like pleasing. Like if you took seriously the opening music from like Wii Sports, but just like actually like made it into something real instead of like.
Yeah, these dudes base a lot of things around like Rhodes and pianos and things like that, and make them really nice and beautiful, and then they just beat the shit out of them with compressors and stuff to make them sound old and shitty. And I think that's where the real magic happens. The idea of something sounding great because of how terrible it sounds, I don't know, something really nice about that, something comforting.
Is that you?
I'm terrible, but I sound good.
Maybe, yeah.
No, I mean, a lot of my stuff is like, I try to be pretty minimal and like lo-fi sounding as well. So yeah, there's some crossover there.
Yeah.
But I listen to that stuff all the time. I love that lo-fi hip-hop stuff.
I haven't done much research into it besides just hearing it, because it's a difficult thing to research. A lot of the platform that pushes it is like those 24-hour streams that are fun to make fun of, but in reality are actually very cool and very nice.
Yeah.
They don't do a very good job of telling you what's currently playing.
You'll get like a little thing in the corner maybe.
Yeah, but you're listening to it in the background, like while you're like.
And there's no DJ or anything.
Yeah, you know, there's no nothing.
Spotify's getting better at that because I think Spotify's taking some initiative to.
I was having this conversation with a friend. I mean, I pay for Spotify because it was like my musical discovery device, but most people don't use Spotify the way I use Spotify. Like I use Spotify to like go and like find new things and to like do deep dives into. But most people are just like playing something for it to just play in the background. It's just absent-minded. They're not actually paying attention to. So they could hear a song that they love and never have any clue who the artist is or any more music about that artist.
Well, the cool thing with Spotify, if you're doing that, is that you can go into your history and see what you've played, and if there's something that you were like, I've done that where I've like put it on a Spotify radio or something and been doing stuff, and some melody just like stuck in my head, and I was like, oh man, I gotta figure out which one that was, and I'll just double click through each and get to the one that I had that, and then I'll toss it into another playlist.
Right.
I think that's better than the YouTube ones, because then you have no idea what was playing at all.
You got zero clue.
So Spotify, in my idea, is winning on that, but YouTube's just so much more accessible.
Like it's more about what you're currently watching.
They can push new artists, but they don't get the same plays pushing a new artist as they do pushing an artist that's established. If I was working there, that's what I would do.
Right.
I'm trying to get revenue from my company. I'd push the guarantee.
You'd push the guarantees. Yeah. Totally.
So that's not knocking them. I mean,
no. That's what you gotta keep your job.
Understand? Put me on the front page. Get videos.
Extra. Read all about it.
History of dance.
Piece of shit.
Chocolate Rain. Come on. Have you seen the Cameo app? Cameo is an app that you can pay performers to say something to you. And Tay Zonde, the Chocolate Rain guy, was on there. I'm not sure if he's on there right now, but it was like $75
to get Tay
get
Zonde.
A video of him like, hey, this is Tay Zonde, and I'm wishing you a happy birthday, Chocolate Rain. Like, they'll do their little fucking...
They'll do whatever they're famous for.
Their tagline is.
Yeah. That sounds like a great service. That sounds like a good service.
You can get some people for like $20.
Right. Like if you wanted to make like a mixtape.
Yeah.
Do you own the thing that you paid for?
Really? Oh man, that's what I should do. That'd be a good lyric video. Is just get a whole bunch of Cameo people, and then just have them read my lyrics and just go one by one. Yeah, I would do shit. YouTube would not like that.
Would they not?
They don't like anything I do.
I don't know if this is an interview or a therapy session or I don't know what's happening.
Any conversation with me is a therapy session.
Oh, okay, good.
I'll say I'm out there.
I don't accept insurance, so you're gonna have to pay the full.
I'll give you the full
rate.
If you know what I mean. Oh,
Ariana and Pete Davidson. They fucking broke up. The fuck is it?
They were a cute couple.
Were they?
There was that whole thing that said he had butthole eyes. Barstool
what do you mean there was a whole thing?
He had butthole eyes, and then everybody was like, that's true, he has butthole eyes. And she was like, don't say he has butthole eyes. Don't say he's got butthole eyes. They're not butthole eyes. I don't think he had butthole eyes.
I had never heard that.
I mean, a little bit. If you look at his eyes, they kind of look like buttholes. Eyes of God. You know,
he's a nice.
I wouldn't mind having a nice butthole on my face.
He's a nice.
Two of them.
He's a nice New York boy. He's got two buttholes on his eyes.
He's Staten Island.
What do you fucking want?
You know, I got to tell you, though, all respect to the happy couple. I mean, well,
no longer
to the late happy couple.
To the once what would have you.
I wonder what guy she's gonna move on to now, or if she's just gonna date a dumpster. You should edit that out, actually.
Well, are you afraid Ariana's gonna? She's gonna be like, I wonder what's up on episode 3 of Circle Back about it. She's like,
what's up with that?
This whole bit about Martin
Gibbz.
Short. That's nice. What else are they talking? What else are they talking about? The Lo-fi hip hop. That's good. I like Lo-fi
ex's butthole eyes.
My ex's butthole eyes. How dare they?
Oh, and I guess I'll be fucking a dumpster. Well, isn't that nice?
They're not wrong, but that's mean. I feel like we always knew. We always knew this was how it was gonna end.
I don't know. I had faith for him.
Did you?
Yeah, I had faith in him.
I did. I didn't. I had this take for a long time that it's their personal lives. It really annoyed me that it was like such. My timeline was so full of nonsense. But I will say this. This was doomed from the jump. And it really annoyed me that Twitter had this whole take of just like, we love Pete Davidson. We love him so much. He's so woke and stylish, and I love him. And I was just like, it's going to be a month or 2 months, whatever it is. Doesn't matter what the time period is. As soon as they break up, you're going to fucking hate him, and you're going to drag him. You're going to drag him through the streets by his face. And they did. As soon as they broke up, they were like, he's broke, ha ha ha. I'm like, no, he's not. He's on SNL. He makes a lot of money. He definitely locked in a raise because he was marrying Ariana Grande. Like, he went from being and featuring 3 more actors. This guy, Pete Davidson. We have Pete Davidson. We have him. Please watch us, millennials. We have Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
He has tattoos and blonde hair. Please watch us.
I think he's very funny, though.
He is funny.
I think he's very entertaining. I also think he's handsome.
I think he's tall.
You want to fuck him?
You're so right. You're so right. You're so right. He's got those butthole eyes, and I get lost. I get lost.
I get lost in your butthole eyes.
You want to talk about Kanye?
Sure.
I love this question because no one really knows. What the fuck is he doing?
There was this kid that I went to high school with. So there's this kid I went to high school with, and every time he had like a presentation or something in one of my classes, I forget which class, probably English, where like he had to read aloud, it was like in his head a curtain opened and lights came on and he was like, here we go, attention on me.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what he was saying, but he said it with such conviction and like he was a preacher, and nobody gave a fuck. By the end, he would kind of just like slumber down and like be done, and then work up till the next time where he's like, yeah, like, and I'm gonna say this thing and that. And Kanye's kind of like that guy. He just wants to say things and like be animated, but there's no one around him going, dude, shut the fuck up. I feel like if there was just a couple of people near him that was like, man, shut the fuck up, I'm gonna take your fucking lunch money. Like, somebody should bully him.
You think, God, we need bullies again.
Somebody
this is why
should
we need bullies
fucking
again.
noogie the shit out of that guy's head.
Yeah.
Take his fucking lunch money. And then maybe he'd shut up a little bit. I mean, whatever. You should be able to say whatever you want. And
so your take is that Kanye, there's no intention to what he's saying?
No.
Really?
I think he's just saying things to say them.
Because he wants to
Like
hear
when he
himself.
went off about how like he puts on that hat and he feels like Superman. Superman didn't wear a fucking hat, asshole. Not that was the point he was trying to make, but
the point.
He's just fucking saying things because they just jump in his head, and there's no filter anymore.
And there's also no consequences to what he
has
says.
no consequences, and there's no internal filter because there's no one around him telling him to shut the fuck up.
So that surprises me. And here's my only hang up with that take. I think you're right. He's known for his intent as an artist. That's his hallmark. Not recently. Recently, his hallmark has just been whatever the fuck comes to his head. Look at all his albums prior to this most recent one. He's so obsessed with like every little detail has to have a specific reason of why it's in there. It's meaningful, it's calculated. It's just crazy to me that someone who's known for being that calculated all of a sudden just flips a switch and is just like, I'm no longer calculated.
Because that's in the studio. Like when you can plan things and look back on something that you just said and go, maybe not.
Right.
You have the ability to erase. In real life, you can't. So he probably says a million batshit things in the studio, and people are like, well, it's okay, but I think you could do something else, maybe.
Right.
Or like
that his most recent album is just it's not that good. It's not. There's some good songs on it. There's some catchy songs on it. As an overarching item, it's a mixtape at best. It's hodgepodge together. Because he's a good musician, he made a collection of good songs. But he stopped there and was just like, it's good, cut it, run it, don't make any edits, it's fine.
I just think like he is so into himself that he just got rid of anyone around him that says otherwise. And then you're just kind of screwed. Surround yourself with people who are just always sucking your dick. There's no way they can say no because they can't say consonants. What do you think? Uh-huh. You can't say no. And I mean, that's a disgusting way of putting it, but that analogy holds true.
That's a great analogy from Michael Gibney. I think that's well explained. I think you're unfortunately right. I don't think he's stupid. I've heard some takes where people are just like, he's just an self-centered idiot. And I'm just like, that's not true. He's very self-centered, but he's not an idiot. And that's what frustrates me the most, is that if he was an idiot, it'd be like, yeah, all right, whatever. You're an idiot. But he's acting like a fucking idiot. And ultimately, I think he's saying them because he knows every time he speaks, people go, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
And he gets attention, and he likes that. He's just going to keep doing that because he's going to keep getting the response he wants. And it's self-centered. I think he called like Ebro, and he called Ebro, and he was like, I don't know why Ebro was the ambassador to Colin Kaepernick, but apparently Ebro is the key to. I'm out of the know, so there must be something. I'm not making fun of Ebro. There must be something there I don't know. But basically, like, Kanye called Ebro and was like, get Colin Kaepernick to come with me to the White House. And Ebro was like, absolutely not. No.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to want to do.
There's no discussion to be had. There's no meaningful discussion that Colin Kaepernick is going to say to Trump that makes Trump go, oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah, there's no way that dude's going to be like, oh, this whole time. I had no idea. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. The NFL's great. You want a job?
A lot of people are quitting. Like, I need people. I need good people here now. I love Trump as a disgruntled, like, 20-year-old girl who lives in New York.
Like, I want to sign this bill, but, like, what is it? Does somebody have, like, a word reader that can say what these words are?
Like, bring me this bill, but with, like, way less words and way more pictures.
Okay, Google, what is this? I imagine he has the okay, Google thing. I think Kanye's mind is always working and always, it's running on fucking all cylinders constantly. And when he doesn't have a creative outlet to do something with his mind working, he's going to say stupid shit.
That's really unfortunate.
And, you know, all my respect to the family, really.
Yeah.
You know, I give a lot of respect to Kanye's family. You know, I wish the best for him. You know, he's got dignity. Okay, Google.
Google's also a disgruntled girl. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm here.
What?
No, there's no more Diet Pepsi. I'm not going to go get any. Boom.
That's a song. That's a song. Click, click.
Yeah.
Boom.
Desk, boom.
Who did that song?
I don't know, but they got a lot of pocket money. What do you do for work? Oh, let me tell you. Close your eyes. Click, boom. That's me, motherfucker.
That was
click,
you?
Click, boom, guys.
That was you?
That
was you?
Me.
That was amazing.
It was me and my guys in my garage.
What was it? Was it 1996?
Yeah, it was really good. What we were thinking of is we were like, Bobby said it. He was like, yeah, we should be like, click. And I was like, no, dude.
Not it.
No, dude. It's gotta be a boom. Gotta be a boom.
It's the roll to the threat. Here's what I like about Click, Click, Boom, is that it does follow a very specific rule of songwriting, which is that you're tricked on the third.
It's the rule of threes. Click,
boom.
Boom. It's really perfection. There's the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost.
I love the
boom.
idea, like a very like German guy, like he's in the studio with the bros. They're like, we got it, we just don't know how to. I don't know, I lost the bro voice. We don't know how to finish it. It's like, well, you have click, and you also have click. There can't be a third click. So too many clicks.
That's too many clicks.
Perhaps, boom.
Hear me out, boys, but maybe you would think about this. Click and boom.
What was the name of the band?
A Sugar Ray.
No, it wasn't.
Yep.
Fuck off. Saliva.
The Gin Blossom. Oh, Saliva.
Saliva.
I opened for Dragonette at a club, and Saliva was the downstairs band. Yeah, and they were very loud. And the parking lot was just very confusing after.
At least they weren't the early show, and it was a single room. You would have never gotten in there. That happened to us once. There was it might as well have been Saliva and Trapped. They were supposed to be out by 7, loaded out by 7, and we walk in at 7:15, and they're on their, like, 7th encore. We're in the corner just very meekly, just being like, hey, we're supposed to be, like, loading in. I'm so sorry. And this guy sees us out of the corner of his eyes, like, it's like, this guy got a fucking problem? And we're just like, fuck. And he's like this dude over here, like to all 8 people in the crowd, he's like, this dude over here is trying to end our fucking show. We're not gonna let that fucking happen. We're not gonna let that. We're not gonna take. We're gonna fucking take that. And someone's like, no.
She's from Massachusetts.
Yes.
This fucking cocksucker's over here, and he's fucking telling us that we can't fucking do our fucking show. And God loves the socks. So, Sweet Caroline, We're going to go on.
Bah, bah, bah.
Come on, everybody. Blah, blah, blah.
Those motherfuckers love Sweet Caroline.
It's fucking stupid.
Dude, they love it.
Whenever it gets to the second verse, nobody knows what the
No
fuck
one
it is.
knows.
Everybody knows the first verse, the chorus, the ba ba ba, the click click boom.
Saliva, they stole that from
Salvia took it.
from Sweet
Bop,
Caroline.
bop, click click boom.
Little known fact that Click Click Boom is actually taken from the second verse
Who knew?
of Sweet Caroline.
Who knew?
You would never know that because you don't know the second verse of Sweet Caroline.
Nobody does.
It's lost.
Except the fucking asshole who does it at karaoke, who knows the whole song anyway, so he doesn't even look at the screen.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah. You used to have a show. Are you still doing the show?
I do Drinking with Gibbz occasionally.
Everyone's got a show these fucking days.
Yeah, thank you. It's
It's great.
No, it's
a great non sequitur.
Yeah.
You got a fucking thing. Everyone's
do
got
a
a
thing
thing.
like
you
everybody
think you're
else,
fucking
don't you?
special?
I was doing it once a week, but it was just too much drinking. I drink like 18 beers when I do that show.
You had a counter.
And then we go out to drink after. So I'll end up having like 24 beers on that day.
Uh-huh.
And then the next morning I'm feeling like absolute trash. And I can't do anything. So it's like 2 days that I can't do things of a week
Right.
because of drinking.
What if you hear me out here? You did your talk show and it wasn't the 50s and you didn't drink on it.
Yeah. But what's better than like just talking shit and drinking beer?
Drinking-
I love that. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
You're the first person to drink on this show.
That's because I have a problem.
Oh.
You see me when I was scratching myself?
I thought it was the spiders.
No, that's made up. Those spiders are mental.
It's those old drinking spiders.
I'm getting bit by the spider again, if you know what I mean.
I'm on the antibiotics.
Oh. Antibiotics.
Biotics. So I can't drink.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That is what they say. Everyone's response to that. That's everyone's response. I go, I go on the antibiotics. I can't drink. They go, yeah, that's what they say. I'm like, I know that's what they say. That's why I'm not doing it. They told me. They literally told me don't do it. Like, yeah, they'll tell you that.
I think it just weakens it.
Yeah, it weakens the drinking.
The bodies or the antibodies. I'm pro body.
Yeah, bro. Listen, I got a body. You got a body. My body's a wonderland.
Ooh, John Mayer.
Love John Mayer.
Oh,
He just started a show on his Instagram Live.
really?
Yeah, it's really nice, actually. He does it every Sunday. I think he just got through his second episode. He had Charlie Puth on it. And Charlie Puth was, like, playing some song on piano. And John Mayer came in and, like, jammed with him. And I was so sick. And I was just like, God, I fucking wish I was as good as anything as you are at guitar.
John Mayer had a really good show on VH1 that was the John Mayer show, and it was like a weird...
You're 100%
almost
right.
sketch comedy or something.
Yeah.
He had a great skit where he walked around, I think it was the Jones Beach parking lot with a teddy bear get up
Uh-huh.
and started walking around asking people why they like John Myers. And people were like, I love John Myers because... just have no idea that it was him. I thought it was really funny. I thought it was a great show. I think he's a funny guy. I know he used to do stand-up at the Comedy Cellar as like under like a fake name. Teddy Roosevelt was the name I think he used.
He did it as...
Ladies and gentlemen, next up to the stage, Teddy Roosevelt.
I was like, oh my God.
Ooh, Rough Rider. He does everything.
You
guys.
missed me. What was the Rough Rider thing?
He was a Rough Rider, Teddy Roosevelt.
I don't fucking know.
Oh my
School
God.
failed me. I did like school too, but I only liked the things that I liked.
Gym, swimming pool.
No, I fucking hated gym. I liked the swimming pool.
I hated the swimming pool. It
You-
always
you-
tasted like my gym coach.
You don't look like someone who'd like the swimming pool.
No, of course not. I don't want to get my blowhole wet. I'll tell you, you know what has a great pool to swim in?
What?
The Mayfair.
The Mayfair Hotel. You know who stayed at this historic room?
Oh.
Freddy Mercury.
Oh, Freddy! You seen the trailer for the Freddy?
Yeah.
It's not just. It doesn't just focus on him, right?
It's about Queen. I want to see it. There was a little bit of a controversy about it because people didn't think it was gay enough. I don't even know if that's the right way to say that. It's not the arc of the story.
It's not. Yeah, it's not the reason for. He just happened to be gay.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, it
Genius.
was a big deal that he was gay.
Yeah.
Because he had to hide it. I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had to hide it.
Dude, of course he had.
And then he of course died of AIDS.
Yeah.
So I guess people were upset, and I get it because he is kind of like a martyr. His life should mean just like a lot of other artists that were gay and died of AIDS, and like
Yeah, just because it's not in the trailer, probably. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not in the movie.
yeah, hopefully it's in the movie. You would think.
I
it's
mean,
in the
it
movie.
would be great if it was like Queen, Freddie Mercury, gay, by the way.
Also,
I don't think you need to make it that bold. It could
Yeah.
just be in there.
Yeah.
It's a big part of his life. It's his part of his identity, but it's
Yeah.
not everything.
it's not everything. That's true. That is true. It's not everything.
When I was
You got a story?
I was in this ska band called My Big New Pants.
Did you know that Jason and I were in a ska band called Welcome Aboard?
No, but that makes sense. All turds were in ska bands.
Yeah, all pieces of shit. We're like, why does music got to be sad? We're happy. We're 12. Go fuck yourself. Yeah.
So yeah, I was in a band called My Big New Pants, and we were doing some decent shows on Long Island. And every year at the downtown in Farmingdale, New York, there was Skalloween, and the ska bands would come together and perform, and there would be themes. And so this Skalloween theme was Dead Rock Stars, and My Big New Pants was picked to do Queen. I was the front man of the band,
Of course.
and so I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like I was obsessed with Queen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to arrange Queen songs for a ska band, which,
Oh,
is really easy. So I did it, and we played the show, and it was all good, except it wasn't. And I was in a full spandex suit. I went full Freddy,
Yeah.
painted on a mustache, had my hair like perfectly Another One Bites the Dust Freddy, and I had a leather jacket with fringe and tassels and whatnot, and I came out onto the stage with my half stand, and it was dum dum ka, dum dum ka, and then I did a split in the air. I was a dancer at the time, but I landed wrong, and in my left leg, I tore my ACL and my MCL in one swoop, just clonk. I had so much adrenaline that I just didn't feel it.
Oh, shit.
But when I was trying to stand, it was like
yeah.
I couldn't stand on it. So I was
Right.
like, oh, shit.
That's not good.
So we did the first, like, 2 songs, and I'm, like, just putting my balance on one leg. Because I have the half stand. I don't have a full mic stand.
Right.
I have the Freddy half stand, so there's nothing to lean on. And then after the second song, I'm like, I think I broke my leg. And everybody's like, yeah. And I'm like, no. I really think I broke my leg, guys. I'm not in character. I really think I broke my leg. We go into the next song, which I think was Bicycle Race or something. That's when the pain started to kick in. And so I went to lean on it again, and I just fell to the floor. This dude named Doyle from another band called The Fad ran out onto the stage from backstage, and he was like, you okay? You all right? And he held my face, and I was like, it really hurts. And he just started making out with me.
No, he didn't.
And I was like, whoa. But it was all for the show, so I just went back with it. And then we continued the show. It's very confusing. People still were not believing that I broke my leg. And we did a full 45-minute set. Then a couple dudes carried me out. And then I had to go to the hospital because I tore my ACL and my MCL in spandex with a fake mustache, like drawn on and like sweating off.
Could you imagine, like, the fucking guy who's at the hospital that day because he can't get hydrated because he's way too hungover, and he's just sitting there waiting for a fucking IV drip of saline, and your ass comes in full spandex.
As I roll in?
Yeah.
Get on your bikes and ride! I thought I made a really good Freddie Mercury, though. And I wanted to see the rest of the show, too.
Right. Was there an audience there besides the other bands?
Yeah. It was a
Oh.
big thing. It was Long Island Ska. That was, like,
Right.
huge. We had the Arrogant Sons of Bitches. We had Patent Pending. We had Edna's Goldfish. We had a radio show that was called One Step Beyond, and it was, like, this cool ska radio show.
Dude,
and
I remember
everybody
when
listened
ska
to it.
was cool.
It was really cool.
It
for
was
a
cool
minute.
for a minute.
We were fools.
Yeah. We were idiots.
No, it was fun. Every now and then I like to put on my checkered Vans.
You know who else who has a biopic coming out? Sir Elton Swingworth.
Whoa, that's the guy with the piano.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna say John. You thought I was gonna say Elton John. You thought I was gonna say Elton John, and I pranked you.
Got me.
I recently became friends with the guy who was his first manager. This guy Ray Williams.
Is that the guy who told him to get the wig?
I don't know. Is that a true story? Like, are you referencing something?
No, how the fuck did he get all that hair? You ever see Elton John without, like, his silly hats off? There's nothing up there.
Yeah, he's bald.
And then all of a sudden he's fucking got this beautiful mane.
Oh shit, you're right.
What the hell happened? And nobody acknowledged it. It just happened.
That's the story arc of the
If
biopic.
Elton John was a star now,
Oh fuck, God, you're blowing my mind. I never thought about this.
People would be like, what the fuck? There'd be fucking TMZ, stupid shithead with his sippy cup. Just fucking. Do you see his hair? He has hair now. Yeah, but he would be fucking murdered in the media for that shit. If it was a story arc of his hair, I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Anything else? I don't really
I think it's more
care.
about his outfits, to be honest. And his
great
piano
outfits.
playing.
He's a good piano player too, but he never wrote anything. I mean, he wrote melody and he composed, but he never wrote any words.
You want to hear a great Elton John story? And it has to do with Young Thug and Elton John.
A buddy cop movie.
It's a buddy cop movie. It is. Oh, I would see that. That sounds so nice. They put out that song. That song good. They like repurposed "Cause I'm Gonna Be High." So I've got a story. It's about Elton John and Young Thug. Elton John is a big fan of Young Thug, which makes a lot of sense. Young Thug wears dresses. His music is incredibly strange in a melodic way. It's pushing a lot of boundaries within his genre. Makes a lot of sense that Elton John would like someone like Young Thug. So Elton John invites Young Thug to come hang out. Young Thug is like, yeah, let's go hang out with Elton John. So Young Thug and I think his manager go to Elton's house and they're hanging out. They're shooting the shit. They're instant friends, kindred spirits. They're talking about music and fashion and just hitting it off really quickly. Like Elton's a fan. They're showing each other tunes. They start planning about making music together, having a great night. They say their goodbyes. Young Thug and his manager leave. And in the car, and Young Thug is real quiet. His manager turns to him and is like, "What's wrong, man? You good?" He turns to him and he goes, "I think that dude might be gay." Unpack that. Let's unpack
Young
that real
Thug
quick.
with the gaydar.
Yeah, like Young Thug.
Read him like a book.
Young Thug, they're not women's dresses, they're men's dresses. Pushing gender boundaries. Thug thinks possibly that Elton John possibly might be gay.
He's breaking new ground.
That is just... That's incredible. What else we got? What else we can talk about? The fucking guy with the thing.
Guy Fieri?
Yeah. I like Guy Fieri. Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. Twitter was like, the Stagecoach lineup is out. And I was like, I'm not a big country fan, but I'll read it. It's there. Let's see what's what. Guy Fieri's food tent. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Fieri back-to-back Flay.
Fieri back-to-back Bobby Flay would be... That sounds...
That's stupid.
That's stupid. At Stagecoach,
Fieri's all we need.
that's all you need. I love that show.
Triple D.
Diners, dives, and drive-ins. Here's the fucked up thing about that. They never go
Do it a drive-in.
to a drive-in.
Yeah, no, there's never been a single drive-in that I know of.
Although
And I've
now that I'm
watched-
saying it out loud, in my head this whole time, it's been a drive-in movie theater, which is what I assume was what in your head. It's not. It just means like a drive-through. But why wouldn't you say
No
drive-through?
way. A drive-in is not anywhere that you eat except for popcorn and you kiss.
I'm owed a kiss. I drove you here. I'm owed a kiss to the drive-through and Drake's here. Yeah, dude, Drake's been playing for like 8 nights. Dude, it's fucking crazy. I've seen Drake once, and I saw him with the Drake Future Tour, and I went with my ex-girlfriend. She was my ex at the time, too, which I feel like Drake would have been proud of.
Did you get the tickets before?
No, not at all. She won the tickets over the radio and was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, this sounds like a life experience. I'm an idiot."
Has she won a lot of tickets over the radio?
I don't know. We don't speak anymore. I was going to mention the bill that passed.
Oh, the Music Monetization Act.
Music Monetization Act.
Actually, the best part about the Music Monetization Act is I didn't read anything of the details.
No.
I just saw.
I just saw it, and I saw that
positive headline.
that it was good, and I was like,
I know that for me, it'll probably amount to
$3.
$3. Not a quarter a year. The problem with the Music Monetization Act is that
I love this take.
too many words. Too many dang words. Stop it. Just make a picture. I know that it brings up payouts for things like Pandora and SiriusXM and stuff. I think SiriusXM were the only people that were like super against it. Or CSAC was too.
As far as I understand it, here's the deal. Now that music is modern, wank, there's more individualization and also compartmentalization of people that are doing things. In the 50s, the producer wasn't also the composer, wasn't also the session player, wasn't also the vocalist, and now potentially it's all the same guy
All the same guy.
And it
with a
gets-
new album.
with a new album.
These are love songs.
These are love songs. This now makes it easier for people like yourself to get paid for the totality of your contributions to the musical space. That's as far as I understand it, in a fair way.
Sounds good to me. I do headlines, so
Yeah.
if it's not in the headline, I don't know what the hell's in there.
All I do is I make people into stars and I don't read. Every time I talk to you, I somehow like embody this fucking like Long Island personality.
Yeah, I was born on Long Island
I was born in Manhattan.
in Times Square.
Yes. In the
Oh
middle
my
of Times
God.
Square.
Crazy.
My mom just went and sat there and they were like, "Ma'am, you can't be here." She was like, "You gonna move a pregnant lady?"
And that's before they started doing yoga.
And then Elmo
the
delivered me.
good Times Square.
And Spider-Man made my mom pay $5 to get me back
Do you ever want to go back?
to New York.
No, and to your mom.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah, it's comforting there. I don't know if I want to go back to New York, man. I always have a special kinship with people from New York because people from New York are both very blunt and profoundly sad.
No, we're not profoundly sad. We are blunt, but not profoundly sad. What makes us sad? We have all 4 seasons.
No, you guys
There's
have
no palm trees. Whoa.
you guys have 3 seasons. You know, 4.
Yeah, we do.
It just gets hot as balls all of a sudden.
No, we have a lovely spring.
There's
and a
no
wonderful
spring.
autumn. Yes, we do. Spring in New York is
There's no
tasty.
There's no spring in New York.
Spring in New York is so great. It's like a good 4 weeks of awesome. And then we go to summer and it does get a little hot.
And it gets a little spicy.
But that's when you go out to the island. You go to the wineries. Duck Walk. Monte Clara. It's all breweries now. At the east end of Long Island, they're like open up a ton of breweries. And there's more breweries and, well, not more breweries than wineries, but it's getting there. Craft brews, you know, they are stupid.
They're
Give me a
so
fucking
dumb.
Budweiser. I don't want anything else.
I really liked craft brews when I was in college, and
Of course you did.
Yeah, I know.
You were learned.
I was I was smart.
Learned people drink
I
craft
knew
brews.
at that point. I knew 2 things. I knew craft brews were great, and I also knew that girls love when you tip your hat and you say "m'lady." They love when you treat them differently because they have vaginas, and when you explain the craft brew that you're drinking.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get it.
How's your lady?
Dead.
She would be. Michael Gibney, a.k.a. Gibbz. Your album.
These are love songs. It is out now. It's 10
You-
tracks. It took a year,
Mm.
which is very long for me. It's a good album, I think. I love it. I think people are enjoying it. And I'm on tour with Ghostland Observatory until November 10th.
A lot of falsetto
It's a lot
in
of
this
high
show.
singing
a lot of
falsetto.
high singing. I miss his pigtails.
He's a handsome gent.
He is a handsome gent, and one of the nicest gents I have ever
The two
met.
of them are real sweet. It's great.
He's a nice guy. Ghostland is definitely one of those bands that like I discovered at like a festival and was like, oh, there's other music besides the things that people in my high school like to grind their genitals to.
Yeah. And their album, they've just released an album, first one in like 8 years. I
That's
think.
great.
And it's great. It's a really cool album.
Good.
They perform a bunch of the songs. It's really good. They got a crazy ass laser show.
It must be so expensive.
I've never even wanted lights.
Don't get lasers. Whatever you do, don't do
I
it.
I don't want any lights at all. Just turn all the lights on in the club, and then I'll just sing songs. I've never been interested in like, bwah, bwah. I mean, I get it, and I would want to see that, but for
Yeah.
my music, everybody just get on the stage and sit.
Everyone just sit down, like Dan Deacon.
Oh, Dan Deacon. He used to play around too with all the ska bands.
Really?
Way back, yeah. Dan
No,
Deacon would
you're
always wear.
lying.
He would always wear a Sylvester shirt, and he had like a loyal fan base of kids that would show up.
Oh, he still does.
"Flying with the Shark's Head" is one of my favorite songs of all time.
It's amazing. You know who my next guest is?
Who?
After you?
Obama.
God, I wish. He's a tough get.
Mm.
Yeah, I asked. They said,
Who are you?
they said, you know what? We need to see it live and marinate on it. And I said, listen, I don't read anything. I make stars.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, okay. No. My next guest is Jason.
Oh, well, that's fun.
And I'm saying it now to sort of force it to happen so that he can't back out. But yeah, they're here. They're gonna play a show in Los Angeles, and we're supposed to do it on the tour bus, which I think is a bad idea. But Jason was like, "It'll be great. I'll get tattooed while it's happening." I'm like, "No, there's gonna be this asking questions." So we compromised with he'll get tattooed at the end. Well, Michael Gibney, there's always things that we could talk about, but you know we'll just have to circle back about it.